Good morning. No, it's afternoon. I don't know what it is anymore. We went to State College to get groceries today like we normally do. And you know the students are back. You got parents in there buying stuff for the students. And of course they're all kind of standing around like they're confused and don't know what's going on. A lot of people in there not wearing their mask properly. My husband goes, I give these universities 3 weeks before they'll be shutting back down again. I said, honey, why do you say that? He goes, well, look, we've got quite a few foreign students are back, and you know they didn't quarantine for 2 weeks. He said yesterday at the university, when he did his COVID test, which by the way, they went up both nostrils, barely in, and like he asked the gal, he said, isn't that contaminating it by using the same swab in both nostrils? She said, I'm just doing what I was told to do. But they had asked some of the students if they wanted to have their COVID test, and they all said no. They're living in the dorms. Why didn't they have to have a COVID test before they got moved in? I don't know. He said it's rather interesting. And we are seeing a lot of people, like I said, not wearing their masks properly. And I just imagine. I hope he's wrong. We've got a bunch of students out here that have been congregating out and sharing cigarettes and drinks and no safety net for these guys, but whatever. I did want to tell you, everybody I had asked about the getaway shawl that Tony Lipsky had written, TL Yarn Crafts, and I felt like I was doing it wrong, and I was. I ripped it completely back and started over. Here where you first start picking up stitches, over here, you do 2 knit stitches and then you increase, and then you do a Tunisian simple stitch and then you increase. I was missing the increase. I was doing the increase like a knit stitch. So I was kind of skipping a stitch, and that's what was causing the problem. So it's just Jane can't read the pattern. And it's easy to miss because you've got all those stitches kind of close in right there. So yeah, like I said, I ripped it all the way back, restarted, and now it looks like it should. Crazy how that happens, isn't it? Oh boy. And I find funny, we have quite a few families in the complex this time. There's 2 families that have small children and one that has teenagers. So that's kind of interesting because normally it's filled up with students. But there are a couple of students, and then there's a couple of, on one of the apartments there's some construction guys. They're a noisy bunch. It's like, shut up. It's 11:30. Go inside. Walk up on the dike and talk. Just don't do it in the front yard where we can hear it all. And they can get kind of loose with their mouth. Let's just put it that way. So that's what I'm up to do today. I have some masks I need to finish. Got a couple of more children masks to finish, and then I'll be done with that grouping. I've had quite a few requests for some plain colored masks, you know, like just one color, you know. So I'm gonna be cutting those and working on them this week. I do have some that have already been cut. I was doing some that have the boning in the front part here to help keep that away from the mouth. Folks, those are a pain in the butt to work with. Absolutely a pain in the butt to do. And I do have a couple of those that I'm going to put up for sale, but I'm not doing those anymore except for family, because those are really a pain to stitch. Really rough. Although I had someone tell me, you know, you can modify it a little bit, and I may modify it a little bit so it's a little easier to sew. But we'll see. I'll play with that next week. What I'm finding is, you know, they tell you a measurement to use to cut, and it's way too big for the mask with the seam allowances. So, and I can't go back in and cut them unless I take them completely apart. And I'm not willing to do that on some of those. Some of those I will. But, yeah. Very difficult to make those masks. And I thought, you know, I'm not going to charge that much for them. Yeah. They're going to get charged extra because it is an extra step. Pain. Okay. That's it. That's what I'm up to today. Real short and sweet. I did have someone that kind of asked me if I would reconsider doing the Bible readings in the King James, the new King James version. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to discuss it with my pastor tomorrow to see which she feels would be the best to read, because I have both, and I've been looking at the one that I picked up that has larger print, and I can probably read that easily without any issues. So what I'm going to do is, in the discussion, I'm going to put up a poll for you guys to decide which version you would like to see, the New International Version or the New King James Version. Since I do have both, and they're both large print, but I'm also going to talk with my pastor about this and, you know, see what she suggests. Just 'cause I like to get her opinion. She's a good friend. But, yeah, that's it for today. So I'm going to go put the poll up. Hope you guys will look at the poll and make a decision. And, help me out with that. Because I like both versions. So it doesn't matter. King James, I absolutely love because of the open verse poetry that's in it. New International Version doesn't have all that much, and they do change some of the wording. So, you know, give me your opinion. Let me know which one you like. It'll be in the discussion part of the channel. I think it's discussion. Community. I can't remember if it's discussion or the community tab. Neither one of them makes sense to me because it's not really a community. You can make a comment or I can post something, but there's no real discussion. I also had thought about starting a Facebook group just for the daily Bible readings. So if people want to go in and discuss those, you know, they could do it. So that's where I'm at right now. See you guys tomorrow. Everybody have a great evening and be kind.